Lowlives. Yeah, there are plenty of those out there in the world. Maybe you know some, maybe you don't. Maybe you want to stay away from some, and maybe you wish some would just go away. But anyway, what is this one about? Let's see what IMDb says. The survival instincts of a road tripping family are put to the test when they have no other choice but to stay the night at a remote homestead. Okay. Yeah, so this is another family traveling kind of horror movie, and then they find themselves in trouble kind of movie. Um, so, um off the start here, new movie. I believe it's only streaming on Tubi, as far as I know, at least of as now. I believe it says Tubi original, so I believe it's only there at least for now. So the good news is you guys can watch it for free if you choose to. Um, you know, we'll give credit where credit is due. I've been watching a few more Tubi films, regardless of whether it's a Tubi original or just a film on Tubi, just making use of Tubi, as I try to just, watch some things. And, often like it is with Netflix and Amazon and everything else I watch, I watch a ton of other horror movies just because I don't review it doesn't mean I haven't seen it. And usually, if there's just a lot that I pass on and a lot that I don't, because if I don't have something at least, good to say or enough goodness to say, or at least something interesting to talk about, I don't, typically want to do that. I don't like to get, just do reviews just to rip them and say how bad they are and so forth. That's no fun and does you guys no good and does horror no good. So yeah, so I don't know what to expect. This one I kind of came across because my friends at Beyond the Void podcast, who tag promote horror with most of their episodes, and you know they kind of tagged me with this one, and I retweeted it, and then when I saw it up there on the screen on Tubi, I said, oh, and they said really good things about it, so I said, okay, here it is. This is where they watch it, obviously. Why not? So I'll give them credit for that and kind of introducing me to the film. And I don't know whether I would have clicked on it if I hadn't seen them, or if they hadn't tagged me, or should they tag promote horror with it, with that. So I'll give them credit, and I credit them online after watching the film. For introducing to me and convincing me to watch the film. So it does work. It does work. Doing a review, doing a post, whatever, will get you to watch a film. So it does happen. It did happen in this case. Anyway, to the movie itself. Since it's a new movie, I really don't want to spoil things, and this has a big twist in it, and kind of changes things and so forth. So I'm going to kind of keep this really brief and kind of just not say too much about what is happening in this film. I will say that, I guess I can kind of say that it kind of gives you the usual horror, and there's still usual horror that's going on, but then kind of takes it in a different new direction. I glanced at a review or two down here on IMDb before, and I guess one or two people didn't like that. I thought it's what made the film more interesting, and what I liked about it, as opposed to, there's the usual horror in it. There's, typically with every horror, once you've seen a bunch, everything has the usual horror in it. So there's the usual horror, but it kind of went in its own direction, and I enjoyed it. I liked that they did that direction and so forth. But basically, what I can say is, early on, you're going to get introduced to a family, a mother, father, son, and daughter. Both, are older teenagers and so forth, old enough. They're not, little kids. They're in a camper and they're going on a road trip. They're in a small town area, and you're going to, do the usual things when you see the family. You're going to see them kind of meet a few people that may seem odd and unfamiliar and so forth. So what is it with those characters? You almost, you think of The Hills Have Eyes, or Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You're kind of out there in the middle of nowhere and you run across some people, and they're not like you, they're strange, but do they have bad intentions or not? You don't know. So that's kind of where it kind of starts and goes, and then they're going to have a little bit more and more encounters with some of these people out there, and then you'll have a twist that comes in and sets the pace for the remainder of the movie. Yeah, I haven't told you a whole lot, and I just don't want to. And I already fear that I might have already given away too much. So, all I can say, about the movie is again, this is really hard. Is to just put it on, give it a chance, let that twist unfold, and then you can kind of see for yourself whether you're gonna like that, not like that. Like I said, really enjoyed it. I'm glad I watched this movie. I enjoyed the twist. Obviously, later on, since I enjoyed it, you guys know that means there was blood and guts and a lot of that going on. There's blood and guts and a lot of that going on. Lots of killing. Somebody, I guess one of the reviews had dark humor. I don't know. There might have been a little bit of that. I didn't think that it's kind of strayed into a comedy element too much. Maybe you take some of the characters and kind of take their kind of actions or characters as being maybe a little bit comedic, but I didn't think so. It definitely becomes kind of in that slasher kind of area. There's going to be killing, there's going to be deaths, there's going to be fighting, there's going to be blood, and all that goodness that I like. But definitely the twist is here, and I think that is the starting point of why I liked it. And then, they continued on, and they just didn't do the twist and ruin the movie. They gave you some good stuff after that. And, the acting holds on for itself. I don't think, the acting didn't set it back at all. I thought they all did a pretty good job. And it's obviously, I don't think I recognized anybody in it. I don't know, maybe they've done, I don't know what they've done. But anyway, the acting didn't fail the movie either. So lots that I liked in the movie. I know I didn't say anything. I almost feel that I should do a second review and say, hey, this is a complete spoiler of this movie for those who have seen it. And that is a thought. Maybe I will do that. I'm not going to do that now. Maybe after this movie's been out for a little while, maybe I'll do that if I want to do this again. Yeah, so I really can't say a lot, and it was funny because even when I gave credit to Beyond the Void, they kind of mentioned having the same thing, like not wanting to get too much into the spoiler of the movie. Yeah, there's definitely that. So maybe another time I will get more into it and do a complete spoiler of the movie. But with that, I will say, if you're just watching this, you know nothing of the movie, don't go looking anything else. Don't watch a trailer. I didn't see the trailer. If there's apparently some video here there's a small trailer here on IMDb. Don't watch the trailer. Don't, go digging any more. Like, if this is the first time you've heard about the movie, don't dig into it anymore. Just go to Tubi, turn it on, watch it. And, once that twist happens, you'll know it, especially if you're familiar with with horror. If you're not familiar with horror and you haven't seen too many horror movies, you're probably going to be, oblivious of the twist that's happening here. But if you've seen horror movies, you'll know the twist, you'll know what's happening, and then see whether you like it or not. I enjoyed it. I think this is hidden gem. After watching this movie, was surprised and said, "How the hell did this only end up on Tubi? How the hell did this not end up on Shudder? How the hell did it not end up somewhere else? Netflix, Amazon, anywhere?" Not insulting Tubi. They have plenty of originals. I've found some good ones. Like I said, I found a lot of bad stuff, but I've found some good stuff too. But I was, after when the movie ended, I was like, damn. How'd that not end up in other places? How'd that only end up on Tubi? Again, not saying anything bad about Tubi and so forth. There's plenty of good movies on there, but I was kind of shocked that this movie ended up there and not other places too. So with that, definitely, might be a sleeper for me as for already early on in the year here. So, we're a couple of months in, but still, definitely a sleeper movie for me that came out of nowhere. So I will definitely keep this in mind as we go along the year here. Still some good horror out there that I've not seen yet, that I've heard a lot of good things about, but I haven't seen. So we'll see. But anyway, I know I haven't told you guys a whole lot, but I just encourage you to kind of watch this. Once you do, you can kind of hit me up, Twitter and the comment section below. And if you want to talk about it, if you, after seeing this, you want me to do a spoiler review of it, let me know. I will consider it. Still 50-50 on whether I do that or not. But I'm definitely going to be continuing to push this one a little bit more and via Promote Horror once I put this review out to kind of encourage people to watch this. And then maybe we can talk about spoilers later. So, I haven't given you a whole much, but I definitely encourage you to watch this. See the twist and see if you liked it. See if you like, you can judge the film a lot on the twist. Like I said, there's going to be blood, there's going to be guts, and that kind of thing into it. There's going to be some craziness going on. Definitely, going to give you a lot as the movie goes on, a lot of action and fighting and so forth. And that kind of stuff. So, that's about all I can say without saying too much. So that's my very spoiler free. I sometimes say spoiler free, but probably still give away too much. Hopefully I've not ruined, if I've ruined anything, I really apologize. I hopefully have not tipped off anything here. But that's about as least I can say besides just saying to watch the movie. Could have come on here and just said, hey, here's the movie, it's on Tubi, watch it. Hopefully I have not blown it. With all that, I'm giving it a very strong 4 pools of blood for this one, and that is out of 5. Almost encouraged to give it 4.5 pools of blood. I'm gonna give it 4. I'm not gonna be afraid. I'm gonna give it 4.5 pools of blood. Just because they weren't afraid to do it. They did it. They did the twist. They pulled it off, and I liked everything that followed. And just because they did the twist didn't mean the movie had to be good. They could have really dropped the ball, but I enjoyed it even from the twist on out. So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna give it 4.5 pools of blood. So that's pretty good stuff here out of 5 for this one. And again, I said it many a time, but it is on Tubi, so definitely watch it. So with that, horrorsgoryreviews.blogspot.com is where you can find all my reviews, written or video. Definitely more videos of late, so definitely check them out. Subscribe, like, do all those things that everybody wants you to do. If not, no worries, it is okay. Just make sure you catch this movie on Tubi regardless. Twitter, Facebook information down below. Reach out to me there once you see this movie, catch it, tell me your thoughts and so forth. Maybe I will include, if I can go back and find, the links to the Beyond the Void link to their review of the film. I'll include that. Watch their review as well. Definitely encourage you to watch the movie first before watching any other reviews, trailers, other information. But maybe I'll include that if I can go back and find it, so you guys can have another opinion and thoughts on it, the film there as well. And definitely, again, credit to them for introducing this film to me. I gotta give credit when credit is due. And also in the comment section, once you see the movie, feel free. Did you like it? Not, yeah, and so forth. So with that, I will catch you on the next review, horror fans.